Hi guys, welcome to another lecture in the series of lectures on namesake. In this one, before we read further ahead, I want to talk about the role of objects as cultural and psychological signifiers in the namesake. Okay, in the namesake, Jhampalari carefully constructs the world um, through ordinary objects, right? Like the deeper world through ordinary objects. For example, saris, cardigans, shoes, just talking about whatever we've read as yet. These items function simultaneously as cultural markers, also. They're linking characters to heritage and tradition, and also as psychological anchors in certain ways, shaping identity, memory, and emotional experience all at once. And by examining these objects in the narrative, you can see how Lahari interweaves themes of cultural displacement, nostalgia, gendered expectations, and psychological growth all together at once. Um, for example, if you would talk about objects as cultural anchors, let's talk about the sari first. Um, the sari is way more than just a piece of clothing, right? If you talk about the sari's representation of Ashima wearing it in US, it's like she's brought home with her hair, um, right? Um, it represents her connection to India. Um, if you talk about sari on its own, then sari in Indian culture also represents womanhood in certain ways. It's an embodiment of femininity and all of that stuff. Um, then the sari perhaps um, is also longing for home, but at the same time, sari also kind of shows the difference in equation of power. Because at the end of the day, Ashok can wear a pant shirt here, but Ashima still has to wear a sari because that's what women in India wear. Um, then the cardigan, um, which has been handed by Ashima herself. Um, Before I talk about the cardigan as a symbol, let's talk about the style, the interception style of storytelling, right? Ashima is in present day at the moment. In present day, Ashima is uh, about to have a delivery, and so she's thinking of the time Ashok came to see her. But within that memory is the memory um, where Ashima first met Ashok, and then within that is the memory where she's like, no, but I didn't stitch this. My mom completed the sleeves or something like that. Uh, so all of that stuff. Um, at the same time, of course, the cardigan also represents skill, patience, cultural transmission, that kind of stuff. Because knitting the cardigan does reflect Ashima's upbringing in a lot of ways, right? That she was taught by her mom to do this. Um, then the skill, of course, anchors her to family traditions, connecting her present self to her mother and her ancestors in a whole lot of ways. Um, then perhaps also performance and validation. Um, because it's like this medium of like what should I say? Social competence. Um, you can also say it's expectation, maybe. Uh, but if it was expectation, then probably her mother-in-law would have asked that, okay, show me a cardigan that she's knit or something like that. She's not asking. It's just like her mother herself is showing it off, and she's like, see, this is what my daughter knit on her own. That kind of situation. As well as with the cardigan, you can also, the cardigan has also perhaps been brought in to remind us that a mother is a mother at the end of the day. Just like Ashima wants her child to be perfect, her mother also wants her child to be perceived as somebody who's perfect. She doesn't mention that, oh, I finished the sleeve. She's like, oh, my daughter did this. And because Ashima is a grown up, So in her head, she's like, oh, why is she saying this? Uh, if it was a modern day person, probably they'd have also have been like, but is my mom trying to sell me out or something like that? But if you look at then Ashima's concern, I mean, if that baby could hear Ashima's concern about having all fingers and toes, then the baby would also have been like, but like, why does my mom like care? You know, I would be still her child. But you see, the maternal instinct, the cardigan has also been brought in to show that maternal instinct of uh, protecting your child, of showing off your child, of hiding their flaws, of not wanting um, anything that anyone can point fingers at. So, so the mom doesn't even mention that the sleeves were not done by Ashima. The mom's like, yeah, I mean, she did the whole thing and she did it like so quick. But Ashima actually did it in a whole year and she didn't even complete the sleeves. Then the shoes. The shoes Ashima steps into during her first meeting with Ashok also carry complex symbolism. Because if you see, firstly, intimacy and boundaries. Physically placing her feet into another person's shoes introduces her to subtle forms of intimacy without violating the bigger social norms, right? Because um, she's not kissing Ashok or anything like that. But I mean, she's still, trying to feel what it feels to be in Ashok's shoes. Uh, that kind of physical touch or connection, whatever you want to say. Um, then, Lahiri also, of course, is using this uh, moment or uh, the object, which is the shoes, to demonstrate Ashima's timidity, her curiosity, as well as emerging awareness of perhaps romantic possibilities. But at the same time, it's very important to note that Lahiri has taken care of her character's boundaries really well. Because Lahiri isn't saying that, stepping into those shoes, uh, Ashima is imagining her feet touching Ashok's feet or anything else like that. She's just said she's stepped into his shoes. There's a whole possibility that in her head Ashima may have thought of whatever, but Lahiri is giving due respect to her character, which is commendable. And you see, that's how Ashima has been built into the character that she's been built into, and that's why she's perceived as the character she's perceived as. I think that's about it for this lecture. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up as well as subscribe to the channel. Also press the bell icon to stay updated, and don't forget to refer to the notes. Just go through them once. Do the task that's given. It's for your own conceptual clarity. And in the next lecture, we will talk about psychological significance of some of these objects. Or maybe we'll not talk about them, and I'll try to propel you guys to be able to understand, analyze, contextualize that. See you guys in another lecture.